Hello everybody, LegoBro here. We're on the command block crash course world, and today we're going to be talking about game modes. These are very useful tools if you want to change how the player views and uses different things that you've created. So I'm going to grab an impulse command block, and I'm going to set one up for each of the game modes. So grab a button. Let's stack them, it looks better. Changing my mind a bunch. Yeah, this will look pretty good. Okay, so the command is really simple. You just do command 1 and then, game mode 0 is the first one, and that's survival. And then you do your selector. I'll just use @p for this. I'm going to copy that. If you don't know how to copy, you hit Control A and that highlights everything, and then Control C, that copies it. And then that's game mode 1, that's creative. Game mode 2, this is adventure. Then game mode 3, that is spectator. You can also do game mode survival like that, or you can do game mode adventure, spectator, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and press this, and you can see I'm in survival now. Survival, you know what that is. That's the one that you use when you first start the game. Pretty much your go-to game mode if you want to play the game for how it's meant to be played. Creative is what you need to edit command blocks and whatnot. But adventure is a pretty useful one. You can see I can't actually break blocks. I'm hitting the punch button, break item button a bunch, and it's not doing anything. And that's pretty much the basis of adventure mode. It creates a limited interactive player. They can still flip levers and stuff, and they can, they can move around and do what we did. I believe that was last episode. Oh, I just did it again. I need to turn that off. I always run into it. So adventure is really good if you want to do like a mob arena, or if you want to do a really story-based game. And there's ways if you want an adventure player to place blocks, there's ways to make him able to do so. And so adventure is really useful for map making. And then spectator is also really useful. Not so much for map making, but it's good for more of mini games if you want a spectator option. It says what it does, and then you can select either a team or a single player. Since no one else is on the world, it will not come up with any options. So if I hit F3 plus Q, it brings up this whole menu of key bindings. So we've got reload resource pack, show this list. The one we're looking for is this one, F3 plus N. It's really useful for doing this. So let's say you're building something. You build a room that you're not supposed to get into as a survival player, but you don't want to keep breaking and placing it. So all you have to do is F3 in, go through, and then F3 in again. And that's a really easy way of switching between the game modes. So we're going to set up a really easy way. I'm going to get these out. An easy way to create a protected area. So let's say the green area is protected. So let's do a 5x5 area. And you could use this for like a spawn, or if you want, maybe different factions and you need their main bases to be protected, but you don't want extra stuff to be protected, you know. So we're going to use game mode 2 when players that you don't want them to be editing, and then game mode 0 if you do want them to edit. So I'm going to do game mode 2, all players, I think I'll just do a radius just because it's easier to set up, you know, and it's more proof of concept. You can use the square selections if you want. Okay, 124.15. It's those coordinates of the middle block. I'll paste them all. X equals, comma, Y equals, comma, Z equals, and then radius of, so normally I think this would be radius of 3. This needs to be always active. And you do see this spam, so if you want to fix that, go back into creative. It's this one. You can do mode equals not 2. So it only does it once. And so I believe if I go game mode 1, that's a pretty big range actually. You do want to have a bigger range than just the green area if your building is in the green area, because you do have slight reach, so maybe like 3 or 4 blocks bigger. And if you really need stuff to be protected on a server, you will have to disable TNT, you know, because they can build a TNT cannon or something to create something like that. So they have to be game mode 2. Is it radius minimum is 4, and we'll do 0. So I should be in survival, adventure. Oh, survival. So right when I cross this line, and see, I can break that. I can break pretty far. So to fix that, okay, I'm gonna have to. You have to be really careful with these, because you can get yourself stuck in an infinite loop, and you do not want that. Okay, so we've got that. That's in the wrong spot. And let's increase the range to 5 probably, and switch this back to 0. And I'll just put this to 1 for a second, just so I can put that on needs redstone. And we need to switch this to 5. So I think if this needs to be, I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't get stuck in an infinite loop, you know how that is. Okay, so if I get a lever, I will be in survival. And yeah, if I cross this, you can barely break that, so I guess I need to increase it. That's why we put the lever there. We need to increase this to 6. So it looks like that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You need to go 4 extra, at least 4 extra probably. Whoops. Yeah, so I can't break anything that's in the green area now. Well, I might be able to because it's spherical. But that's a really easy way. Yeah, I can break the corners because it's checking for a circle, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Okay, so I'm going to fix that up. So using this, you can do quite a bit. And also, if you want, you can do team equals not, and then, so if you're on a certain team, or you can use a certain score. So if you give everybody their own plot, it will be able to identify who is who. And that's just a real easy way to change people's game mode with, you know, keeping them from griefing and stuff. So I'm gonna switch these, or label these. Adventure and spectator. So just 2 command blocks could create an easily protected area. Like I said, you need to be really cautious that you don't leave this always active, or else you'll have big problems. So I think that's about it. Thanks for watching. It's a shorter episode this time, but it was a bit rushed. I came back from my vacation and it was just a bit, you know, rushed in general. I had to pre-record a couple episodes for you guys. So, see you guys later, and have a good time. Bye-bye. Why does my face change so much, so many shades when I look up? Okay then.